In this video, we dive into the shocking case that shook South Africa to its core. What happened to her not only revealed the dangers women face daily, but also sparked a powerful movement demanding justice and change. The case of Uyinene Mrwetyana, Claremont, 19 years old, Cape Town, South Africa. Mrwetyana Uyinene was in his first year at the University of Cape Town, where he studied film and media. Everyone loved her and called her Nani. She was focused, driven, and always went above and beyond. She had big plans from a young age and was now in a number of sports groups, served on the student council, and did a lot of volunteer work. She always pushed other people to tell the truth and be the best and strongest versions of themselves, the woman said. She was the one who made everyone happy. Nene was interested in fashion, traveling, and wanting to see as much of the world as possible. She always had a positive attitude and didn't let her fears hold her back. My brother Issa told me that she was the exact opposite of him. She was brave and friendly. The people in the room usually felt at ease when she was there. She was the one in the family who held them responsible. Which was unique about her? It was Saturday, August 24th, 2019. And Nene was doing schoolwork, doing chores, and hanging out with her friends. Nene ordered clothes online and had to wait 2 hours for them to be delivered. She then left her home in Kent at Ross Common House and went to the Claren post office to get them. When she got there, she was told that the systems were down because the power had gone out. This meant that even though her package was there, she couldn't get it right away. That area had a lot of power outages, and the worker told her to come back around 2 p.m. when she would be ready to go. We took a cab back to our hotel, so she was happy to leave and wait. She had a few more things to do in town. As the hours went by and night fell, people started to worry. No one had seen or heard from Nene, and she didn't show up for dinner at her house. For someone who was so responsible and busy, she didn't answer her phone, and people didn't wait long to report her missing. Nene had never done something like this before, and she wouldn't do it again unless something was very wrong. Right away, there was a mad search going on all over the city. Over the next few days, her family, her school, and her dorm hired 3 private investigators to help the cops. During the Yahya Hanasan Bring Nene Home movement, her university said in a statement that they would not only help in any way they could, but they would also make sure the school was as safe as possible by adding more security. Everyone was on edge. The 19-year-old had not been seen or heard from in 24 hours, and by the next day, it had been 2 days. Even though the searches were getting stronger, there was still no sign of Nene.
According to the police, Uyinene Mrwetyana was last seen on Saturday afternoon. She had been in the Claremont area on her way to the post office. Her worried friends have been holding prayer meetings. They describe Mrwetyana as a loving person with a gentle soul, and they're hoping she'll return home unharmed.
Nene is a beautiful, strong, independent woman. Like, she is so independent, and she's like very responsible, and she's just a lovely, like, genuine person.
Mrwetyana's friends have this message for her.
Nene, I just want to say, like, we are looking for you. We're doing what we can. Don't lose hope. We here. We know that you need us, and we've got you.
The families now hired a private investigator, hoping to speed up the search. South Africans have been moved by their plight. The hashtag #BringBackNene has been trending on social media. Nobesuthu Yejana.
Some people thought they saw her around 5 p.m. near a hair shop in Mowbray, which was only a 10-minute drive from her house. However, this was quickly ruled out. Then she did a few more things in town and quickly went back to her place to stay before calling a taxi to take her back to the post office. It wasn't far from her house. The Clarence post office was on a busy road between a high school and a police station. The driver said that he dropped her off across the street at 2 p.m. The cameras on the front of the store proved this. He told her she looked fine, nothing seemed wrong, and she didn't look upset or anything. While she was gone, cameras caught her crossing the street towards the post office, but they did not catch her again. They talked to every worker at the post office because none of the cams worked. One of them was 42-year-old Luyanda Botha. He was the one who signed for her package and told her to come back at 2 p.m. And it turned out that he was the only one still in the building. Then he switched shifts with a friend, telling her she could leave early and he would lock up by himself, which seemed odd. It was also clear from the hours that the post office closed at 1 p.m. on Saturdays, so it did seem strange that Luyanda Botha would still be waiting there an hour after he should have gone home for just one package for one person. It became even stranger when it looked like her package had come on August 16th, and Luyanda Botha had registered it that same day. However, he didn't call her for another week. It was Nan who had asked about it a week before, so he knew she was stuck on something. Then, on August 24th, when she got there, he held it back again and told her to come back when they were closed. An unidentified person at the post office gave the police a scary tip. They had seen blood on a mop. As soon as the post office opened again after the weekend, Nene's blood was found on the floor near the safe. 5 days after Nene went missing, on August 29th, police arrested Luyanda Botha and the post office. Blood from Nene had been found in his car and on his shoe. In just a few days, this missing persons case would turn into a murder investigation, which is what many people had been afraid of.
Start with a 42-year-old man who has been arrested in connection with the disappearance of a 19-year-old University of Cape Town student. She went missing a week ago already. The suspect was arrested in Claremont.
No one but the police knew that on August 26th, the body of a woman had already been found in Khayelitsha Township. She was badly burned and beaten, and then she was buried in a hole next to an empty train track. DNA tests were being done to be sure of the name, but the police already knew it was Nene. They knew where to find Luyanda Botha because she told them. A gathering was held by students at the University of Cape Town, and it went on all night. Everywhere else in the country, not just in the city, there were also vigils and other events. Sadness among the people, especially since they had been looking for her with such hope for days and didn't know she had already been found. Nene's mom said she felt terrible that she wasn't there to protect her, and she also said that the post office on a Saturday afternoon wasn't one of the places she had told Nene to be careful. Luyanda Botha quickly admitted to everything. The attack was planned ahead of time. He timed her return to the post office so that no one else would be there. He did this because he wanted to flirt with her sexually. When she walked into the empty building and took her bag out, he locked the door and moved right towards her. Nene pushed him away and began to scream and get scared. He raped her twice, but she fought back really hard. She even ran to the locked door to try to get away. He then pushed her to the ground and choked her while she begged for her life. He told her she was still fighting, so he got a 2-kilogram package scale and hit her over the head with it. After she was dead, he put her in a safe and put pillows, a blanket, and some of his clothes over her. After that, he went to some bars and drank like nothing had happened. The next day, he came back. He was sure he wouldn't be caught because it was a Sunday, and no one was at work, and there were no cameras. He talked to the security guard who was walking around the area around the post office and got him to let him park his car in the post office station. It took Luyanda Botha almost an hour to drive Nene's body to a remote area near an old train track. She put her body in a postal bag. He put her in a small hole and lit her on fire. The next day, while everyone was looking for Nene, Luyanda Botha took his car to get cleaned. He went to the shop across the street from the post office, which is where Nene had been dropped off by her taxi just after 2 p.m. He asked to see the video from their camera from Saturday because something he had left outside had been stolen. The video wasn't aimed at the post office door when they showed it to him. Many people didn't know much about Luyanda Botha because he was quiet, kept to himself, and was going through a breakup at the time. There were, however, crimes against him from the 1990s, and he was even charged with rape in 2014. Police dropped these charges, but they couldn't ignore this. The judge in charge of the case said that he could not be named, but his name was already going around on social media, and many people were trying to figure out who was accused of hurting Nene. People had a lot of different thoughts on Luyanda Botha. One neighbor said he was quiet and loved going to church, while another said he was friendly and always had a Bible with him. People could go to Bible studies and pray with him, but some said that a lot of women found him creepy and felt uncomfortable around him.
Hundreds of mourners converged on East London to say goodbye to slain UCT student Uyinene Mkhwetyana.
An emotional send-off, paying tribute to a daughter, sister, friend, a special person to those close to her. She's been described as honest, beautiful, vibrant, intelligent, gentle, brave, and unique. Family and friends are distraught.
And I'm sorry that I wasn't there to fight for you. I'm so proud of you. Your fight is now our fight.
Even though she was with us for a short time, she made a big impact on the people that she interacted with personally on a day-to-day. And even after that, even in her death, she made a big impact. And so both her presence and her absence are felt. And we'd like to thank you for lending her to us so that we could spend that time with her.
It would be an insult to say that what happened to Nene made people angry. In September 2019, there were the most protests against abuse against women. There were protests and marches with thousands of people from all over the world showing their support for Nene's family. People came together and used the hashtag #AmINext.
Can we stay with those visuals of the president arriving at the home, accompanied by some members of his government, to pay his respects at the home of the slain 19-year-old UCT student Uyinene Mrwetyana in Islam.
President Cyril Ramaphosa even went to see Nene's family. Residents set fire to Luyanda Bota's house, and 4 firemen had to fight the flames. A large group of angry people thought he might be out on bail. They went so far as to dig a hole at the house to bury him if he was found inside. One person said, "He fooled all of us, pretending to be a man of God while he is a monster."
I am Uyinene, and I'm angry. I'm tired. We're tired of being told to work in groups. We're tired of being told to carry pepper spray. We're tired of being told how to survive. We want to live.
The students are also very shocked and saddened, and as you say, also traumatized, I think, by these events. I think they are especially traumatized by knowing that this is not an isolated incident and that the levels of gender-based violence in this country are unacceptably high.
I think we are all touched by this in one way or another. We all feel the trauma, we all feel the pain, and we all feel the anger.
When this hit us yesterday, it was just, it happened. But then when I got home last night, that's when it really hit me okay, this actually happened and you have to be cautious of where you go. And you just you just really can't trust people. Seriously, you really can't.
The Claridge Post Office located in Claremont is a temporary closed, but residents in the nearby areas are asking for the post office to be closed down and turned into a shelter for women and children or a memorial center in reminder of Uyinene's death. Chairperson for the Harfield Village, James Fernie, said that a lot of things need to be considered before the post office can actually be closed down.
There was a huge uproar over her case in South Africa and around the world. Many people called for action to be taken to stop the country's 5 times the global average rate of femicide. 5 other young women in Cape Town were killed in horrible ways in the same month. At the time of Nene's murder, the rate of rape was one of the highest in the world. It was asked in a petition that got more than 600,000 signatures that the death sentence be brought back for all sexual crimes, not just murder. Luyanda Bota admitted to rape and a murder in court.
Mr. Luyanda Bota, did you hear the charges against you?
Yes, I heard the charges, ma'am.
So he's pleading guilty on all 4 counts, Valerie.
Thank you. You may have a seat. Thank you. I see in terms of the conviction and sentence agreement that you had pleaded guilty. I'm going to ask you a few questions so I can be satisfied. You are nodding, may I assume that's yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Do you understand that if I accept the conviction and sentence agreement, that you would be accordingly so convicted, that you would therefore have a criminal record, and that you would be sentenced accordingly in terms of this agreement?
I admit that I acted with full awareness of how wrong my actions were, and I am responsible for my actions because I intended to rape and kill the deceased, he said through his lawyers.
The count 1, which is in short rape, life imprisonment. Count 2, which is rape, life imprisonment. On count 3, for the unlawful and wrongful killing, which is the murder of Uyinene, life imprisonment. And count 4, 5 years down.
He was given 3 life terms plus 5 years each. After 25 years, he will be able to get parole. The judge talked to Nene's family and told them that she fought bravely. This was a horrible and cruel crime and act. Even though it may not make you feel better right now, the fact that she was a fighter and definitely had a fighting spirit for her life is important. Uncle Nene said that the family was happy with the sentence. The judge won't replace Nene in any way, but we appreciate it.
He did what he did. In fact, this crime for us is a classic act of man's inhumanity to man.
The Mkhotyana family isn't interested in Luyanda Botha's apology.
No sentence or punishment that this court can or had imposed would bring back your lovely daughter.
With this kind of judgment, this in fact is a pocket of excellence on the part of the criminal justice.
After beginning his term, he was brought back before the court to answer the 2014 charge of attempted rape. While he was in jail, the case was dropped. It was brought back after what happened to Nene. He told the judge during his trial that he had been seeing a previous girlfriend who was a nursing student, but that she had been cheating on him. He said he went to the college where his lady goes, and the security guards let him in without following the right signs. As he looked in her room and couldn't find her, he went to the women's showers and heard running water. A voice told him that his girlfriend was in the shower with another woman. He found another woman inside who he didn't know. She screamed when she saw him and ran away. Luyanda Botha said that when he went back to the shower to explain himself, the woman was already on the ground with a towel around her neck and crying uncontrollably. He said he hadn't even touched her. Her story was very different. She said he had raped and severely hurt her in the bathroom.
Upon seeing me, she was completely taken aback. She screamed. It was so loud, and in a fright, I jumped back down. I could not even think then. I just ran out of the shower, ran out of the bathroom. I could see that this lady is shaken by this.
He was found not guilty in this case, though, in early 2025. An investigation was started into how he kept his job at the post office, even though he had been convicted of crimes before. A spokesperson stated that he had not been screened when he was hired, whether he was working full-time or part-time, and Luyanda Botha said he did not have a public record. The study also showed that the state security agency had warned about hundreds of other workers who had criminal records. 3 new draft bills were released by the Department of Justice and Correctional Services. These bills will make prison sentences in South Africa tougher. Some of the most important changes the bills make are to the sentences for crimes against vulnerable people, to making it easier to get protection orders for domestic violence, and to adding more types of sex offenders to the National Register for sex offenders. The president said that 7,000 new police trainees were hired this year to improve local law enforcement after 5,000 police trainees graduated last year. Everyone in Nene's life was clearly deeply affected by her, whether they knew her directly or only knew her name from the sad news stories about her death. In her honor, a grant and foundation were created, and walks for awareness were held with youth groups and even a football club. Her old school honored her after she died by saying, "Kingswood College had the chance to have her as part of our family. She is still very important to her community." The Neil Agate Award is given to Kingswood College students who show a lot of bravery and concern for social justice. Online, one of her friends said, "I'm writing this while having a sleepover with some of our best friends. There's a hint of sadness in the room, but we're trying to forget about it with films and music. It hurts so much that it keeps me from sleeping and wakes me up in the morning. You are too young to be buried, and I am too young to lose a friend." Asona, her brother, said, "I always think of the good times we had together, and I have times when I think about things. Does the direction I'm going make her proud? Sometimes I feel like I'm not living up to her expectations, so I push myself to do better. That's how I keep her memory alive in my heart." Thank you for watching this heartbreaking true crime case. Uyanin's story is a painful reminder of the fight against violence and the importance of raising our voices for change. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime stories. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.